Hello, gathering folks. I wanted to drop by this midweek to let you know that the sermon on Sunday is about prayer. And if it has a title, it would really be The Trouble with Prayer. And to give you some hints at how to prepare for that message or how to think through it, you might read Mark chapter 1, verses 29 through 39. And then also think about the various ways in the scriptures that Jesus prayed. Certainly the model prayer that we all join together and pray each Sunday teaches us a structure of prayer. But Jesus taught us that prayer was indeed comfort, it was recreation of our souls, it was connecting again with God and listening. But for Jesus, it was also risk. When Jesus prayed many times, he put himself at risk to face the tempter, to go the way God would have him to go, even at personal risk for himself. So one of the things I want us to think about is, in our prayer life, how are there ways that praying can also be risk for us? Do we sometimes get very content with our life and with the way it is going and pray prayers asking for help or for blessing, but not really seeking, is there something different God would have us to do, even at a cost to us? For Jesus, he ran up against that time and time again, where when he followed the will of God to touch, to heal, to teach, to preach, he usually ran into some risk. Sometimes that risk was just exhaustion, where he had all he could do to stay standing that day. Sometimes it was physical risk. Sometimes it was the risk of being separated from those that cared about him the most, because what God was calling him to do each and every day was to follow closely his will. When we pray, we usually pray very much for God's help, but we also are taught to pray, "Thy will be done, thy kingdom come." What is it today that I can be doing that I'm not, or that I haven't thought about, or that would even possibly put me at risk? What can I give you today, O God? Tell me that in my prayers with you. Now understand, my prayers are not just that, and I'm sure yours are. I pray for family, I pray for friends, I pray for help, I pray for guidance. But the deepest prayers I have sometimes are those prayers where I open myself up to ask God, how might I risk myself to follow your will today? What do I need to let go of that is comforting, comfortable, and how might I offer that to you? So as you read through this passage, and you might even look here and there in Mark about the prayers of Jesus, we'll think about that together by looking at this Mark 1 passage, but also looking at how our prayers, when we pray like Jesus, really can be risky. I've called it trouble, the trouble with prayer. I hope that you'll be able to click on that sermon Sunday, or if we gather physically, I hope to see those of you that are able to come or feel that you can come. And as I've said to you before, if you do not feel comfortable in this time of coronavirus, don't come. Use the virtual means to grow your faith if it's helpful to you. God bless you, and I hope you have a great rest of the week.